now in session.
Hey y'all, so this is Homeroom with Smooth. I know, I caught you off guard.
She is not here. She cannot be on this.
See?
Okay. So do you do that with everybody's intros? Use them in different episodes?
Yeah. I need. Did you send me that?
I sent you one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need to
she's Char's intro right now because she's here.
I'm gonna add you in. My
Right.
bad.
What kind of marketing is
My
this?
bad.
You're
My
supposed to
bad.
add the people that are in the episode.
Yeah, false
My bad.
advertisement
No,
right there.
hers. It was like a test run. It was easy. It was anyway. So anyway, this is Homeroom with Smooth podcast. Hi. What we're discussing is the intro. If you're listening on audio, you can't see it, so you have to come over to YouTube and check it out. This is episode number 96. Okay, 96. We're gonna have to start numbering these for the audio people because that's what they need. Yeah. So how y'all doing, man?
New year, new vibe, you know.
I'm upset. I am angry. False advertising. Read it in the intro, but not here.
Wow.
Dang, and he forgot my submission. How dare you?
And forgot Char's submission. You know what?
I have too many files. Like if you see my desktop.
Man, and he demanded that we turned it in, and I turned mine in on time. I was one of the first ones to turn mine in.
You know what? Yep. Just
oh my god.
Yes. Too
terrible.
Forget about the
so angry.
Slipping.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. I'm good though. A little tired, but good. I'm here.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Lee? You look like you want to say something.
Oh, I did, but I don't want to derail the conversation for later.
Derail us. Go ahead, derail us. You deserve it.
Well, because I was just gonna bring up work had been busy and because of the coronavirus and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The entire clinic has been affected. We are skeleton crew. There's hardly anybody in the clinic right now. It's crazy.
You know, with that said, you know what I'm saying? I got a good story too. We're gonna talk about. I guess we're gonna talk about Omicron and Delta variant because we're already here.
I'm sorry.
Omicron Percy I hate.
Oh God, I forgot about that. That was his fucking. That's the name of his fucking planet. That's right.
From Futurama, Lur. He's like, I'm Lur for Omicron Percy I hate.
Yeah, man. That had me so weak, bro. I'm like, we in Futurama? Like, what is going on? Like, I even made it a thumbnail for the video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy. Looking at all of this shit, and I've been talking to my lab people, man. Oh man, we are struggling out here, man. Kansas be fucking it up, man. Fucking COVID cases have been out the ass.
Oh,
it's insane.
Yeah, so
I haven't gotten any COVID anything.
Me either. I just did the same thing.
I've been everywhere. You can name it last year. Nothing.
Yeah, I've been dipping and dodging, weaving. I ain't been touched by this, man. And I made the joke at work, and I was just like, it's because I got my infection control gun on me. Don't be sneezing on me.
No,
bullets and
cases. On that one. Because luckily I haven't contracted or anything, and actually my immediate workplace is pretty good. But I know just the section is right up the road, like they were all out because I was on leave last week, and since the MPF they were gone, people they were calling me yo, how do we do this? Right? They're they're all out sick, and I was like, damn.
Dude, yeah, no, it's bad, man. And I feel just so lucky because I'm around sick people all the fucking time working in a clinic, and how I haven't gotten it is insane. I'm convinced I'm immune at this point.
So
God's favorite.
So yeah. So also, man. So I went to the hospital this morning. Yeah, I checked myself into the ER. Short story. Bug bite. It exploded. I was bleeding this morning.
Bug bite.
Yeah. So look, I got bit by a bug when I was in Puerto Rico. This lets you know how long ago it was. The bite just never.
All I heard was bed bug when you said that. That's why I was like, what?
No, I was bit by a bug. Okay,
bit by a bug.
I was bit by a bug while I was in Puerto Rico. It wasn't a bed bug because like it was so big. Like the mark on my leg is so big. Like now it's just an open wound on my leg.
Ooh, and what kind of bug is that? Damn.
That's what I said because it busted. Like the bite mark, it would never heal. It's just stayed a bump, and then finally just exploded. So now I have like this hole in my leg, in my thigh.
What the hell?
Damn.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Was it a spider or like what?
It might have been. I don't know. All I know is when it did bite me, it hurt.
That bug had a lot of venom.
Man, that bug was trying to eat your ass, man. It was.
Oh my god. yo, so no, but
You try and get in the cheeks.
Oh my god.
What did you think these 8 legs were for?
Okay, so anyway, no, but real talk though. No, but what I wanted to say though was like in there was so many cases, right, of coronavirus. Like they have 3 floors of that hospital are dedicated to just COVID. Like just COVID. And then there's so much other stuff going on that the regular people, they can't be around the COVID people because obviously they give them COVID. So in front of the pharmacy, there's these makeshift like bed areas for people. So like behind, like I didn't realize there was a lady behind me till she kind of went like she was like sleep and she snored. I said, "Yo, what's that?" And I turned around. I said, "Oh," I said, "What?" I'm like, and then I looked down and I seen like ain't nothing but just like people, like all the way down the rest of the hallway was just people, and you go around the side and it's just people in beds. But they ran out of room, and I'm like, there's some people that's in the ER right now. I'm like, they're gonna need a bed too. I said, so y'all finna just continue down the other end of the hallway.
So listen,
you're gonna have patients in the pharmacy.
Listen, I live in the DMV, right?
But I mean,
I live in the DMV, right?
Mm-hmm.
DMV is one of the top places right now. Actually, we're like the top right now for COVID. We're going through some stuff right now.
Number one. Take home that trophy.
We're number one. We are number one.
That
and
thick-ass
it got to the point where I knew people. I've never. So throughout these 2 years, I have never personally known somebody. I knew 3 people at most that had COVID this entire 2 years. Mm-hmm. The last 3 weeks, I can count on more than 2 hands how many people I know who have gotten COVID in this area, because that's how bad it is. Omicron is not playing with people. It's coming for you. Like, so I'm just staying in the house.
It even teamed up. Okay, it teamed up. Did the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance, and now there's Deltacron and Flu-Rona. Just when you thought you want enough people weren't dying, they're like, "Ha, we finna upgrade this. We finna team up."
It's crazy. I'm sick of this, to be honest with you. I'm over it. No, who would have thought
the COVID Avengers
going into 2020 that this is where we would be right now in 2022? Like, I'm over this shit. I'm over it. I'm tired of this. I am.
I mean, after it started and everything, and like we started masking up, I knew it wasn't gonna go away anytime soon, because I was saying we'll be wearing masks all the way to the end of 2022, and everybody was like laughing at me and like, oh, like that's it. I'm like, that's just like.
Well, there's some book, I can't remember what it's called, but the book predicted COVID, and it said that it wasn't gonna go away till 2023. So
yeah, so
well, like there's also the thing of the predictions of Notre Dame is and like predicting a plague to tackle the earth, and then like following that too is that they think like China is gonna end up like taking over the rest of the world after that. And so like people are thinking that like those hand in hand and is what's kind of happening because it came from Wuhan in China from the place with the most population too. So you look up those Notre Dame's predictions. I might be saying his name wrong, but yeah,
That's crazy.
Look that shit up.
Yeah.
It's been accurate.
I'm over it. I'm over COVID. I feel like it
Yeah.
just feels like there's no end in sight. I'm tired of
There's never going to be an end in sight.
tired of all this stuff. Like I'm tired of having to wear masks. I'm tired of quarantining. I'm tired of I'm just tired of it all.
So
it'd be like another like flu. As soon as we get things to settle down, you're like because it's not like there's
combining with the flu.
Yeah.
Well, no, but he's saying it's gonna be like the flu where every year it's like get your flu shot.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to realize like Omicron too. They're saying it's more. Was it now? It's more contagious before you even test positive for it too. And the thing is, it's easier to spread and it's less severe. So it's kind of becoming more.
Yeah, a common cold.
Yeah, I think like. Even when it first started, like I mean, I work in a clinic and like I had been known about like COVID and whatnot since like early November of 2019. Like I had always known about it because they would always bring it up in like our like morning meetings, and we've been tracking it. Yeah, every hospital has, and it's like. From an outside perspective, I can see the extra like panic or / ignorance. Not that it's justified, not that it isn't justified, because like for me, growing up in a medical family and working in a medical environment, I had always seen what was going to happen. Like I knew that like it's not gonna be a month thing. It's not gonna be just a year. It's not gonna be even 2 years. This is a lifelong thing. This is permanent, and this happens every time we've had a plague. Okay, like it still exists. Every one of those plagues that you've read about in history books, they still exist. Yes, but it's thanks to vaccinations we've been able to mitigate casualties. Like flu still kills people because of anti-vaxxers. Like COVID is still gonna kill people. Well, like 50 years from now. Like this shit is still going to exist into the future. The thing about this that like I look to coming forward is the safety culture. It has greatly improved. Because after working in like a hospital and whatnot, like you walk into any hospital, you think it's very clean and pristine, people doing their best and sanitizing everything, right? Hospitals are fucking disgusting when you work in them. Cause like it's everybody. I can't tell you like, oh, this pisses me off so much all the time. The amount of people that like that go into the bathroom and not wash their hands, that's fucking disgusting.
Oh, I know that every day. I think it made it easier. I do think this made it easier for the lazy people to be clean, or not even lazy. The people, I can't say that, or maybe the people in a hurry. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. To be clean. So I definitely agree with you, Lee, about this. Definitely helped the cleanliness, like you said. The culture.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be wonderful for that because as much as I don't like wearing a mask, I do deem it very appropriate in like the very specific like areas, elderly homes, every hospital or clinic, and airports, because those are
Transmission hubs.
whether they're autoimmune deficiencies with the elderly, or just contact with foreign people from all these different nations, and kind of compiling into this fucking tuna can that is an airplane, and or like in a hospital where sick people are coming in and day out, and you're not even just worried about COVID at that point. You're worried about little kids with strep throat walking around, coughing everywhere. I don't know if you've seen those videos about how far a cough really reaches. Is pretty fucking far. It's 6 feet, and that's why you're standing 6 feet away from the people, because that's how far a cough can realistically stretch.
Yeah, man, I did not know that about the cough thing. That's for sure. But I also wanted to ask you guys this though. With America not really giving a fuck, right? We could pretty much say, in totality, they don't care. The Federal Reserve basically said you're on your own. The CDC said, send them back to work. It's okay. Kids are in school. Like, they're just trying to function as normal as possible. Should we just give up?
Give up on what exactly?
Do you guys feel we should just give up on the mitigation means?
100%.
Because if we're gonna live like this and we're gonna go back to normal, like on half of the things, but not do it on the other things, I think it's pointless. I think we're honestly doing something that's worthless. Like, we might as well just live.
I don't think so.
Y'all are on your own on that, because I'm gonna do what I can and make sure I survive this shit. Like,
But what do you? But explain what you mean by give up. Like, what do you mean by that?
So to clarify, what I mean by give up is like, okay, we have these mitigation standards in place. We have people wearing masks, but you obviously see that people don't even be wearing a mask right. Like, it be over here, it be up here. Like, masks be something everywhere. Folks don't wear the mask right. Folks don't put it back on. Like, then you got people, they eating in restaurants, just like whatever. Like, that's not a high transmission environment. Like, they literally shown and did a diagram of how the COVID would move around in a indoor space, but they just said, F it. We can't lose all these businesses. We'll lose revenue. We need them to stay open. So they open that back up.
So what are you saying by give up?
By give up, I mean like,
no,
act like COVID don't even
exist. Not me.
No, I would disagree with that, because I'll say I'll put it this way too. Because we'll say this, because we have car safety systems for a reason.
Okay.
Right? I know I'm not supposed to be speeding, but I still wear my damn seatbelt. Because if I crash, I'm a projectile for everybody in the car and everybody out like that too. So I might not be following all the rules, but I should be following the big ones. And I think that's the thing. Part of it is education, and kind of like what Lee said. Wearing a mask annoying? Yes, it is. Is having to go certain places and being 6 feet apart, so then people decide to cut me in line because there's a space if I follow the rules. Yeah, that is annoying. But if it serves a purpose to make things better, even if it's a little bit of a mitigation, then yes, because at the end of the day, I'm not just worried about me. I'm worried about what I could carry and give to someone else too.
So I think, to add to what Alan just said, I think that in general, Americans are selfish human beings, right? The average American is selfish. They only think about themselves. And that's the reason we're here today, because people were rioting over wearing fucking masks. Excuse my language, but there were riots and protests happening because people didn't want to wear their mask in Florida and states like red states like that. So you have people like that. But then people like Alan said, like us, we can do our part by wearing our masks and being those people who care and actually aren't selfish. Also, I don't trust other people. So that is why I am going to do what's best for me, because I don't trust going in the store and so is in there and is carrying COVID, because guess what? People before they even had the test out, people were lying about, like all kinds of stuff and still going to parties and stuff and passing it like it was nothing. So I'm doing my part by wearing my mask and distancing and stuff when I go out in public places. I personally do not feel comfortable going in public places without a mask. I don't.
Like, I think the biggest problem is like, I thought it was really cool that Dr. Fauci went around and he talked to and tried to educate as many people as possible. I think that's great he did that. I think the problem with him doing that is I don't think he put it in terms that people could completely understand.
Yes.
Especially with the whole mask thing. And I had talked to multiple different people about how they felt about the mask thing, and it seemed like nobody understood that the mask thing wasn't going to stop COVID. It's not going to stop COVID. No, it's a preventative measure or to keep hospitals as open as possible, keeping you keeping you safe from catching any other minor sicknesses that might want to take up a hospital bed. It was a mitigation for general health. It was never a mitigation for just COVID. And that's what nobody understood.
Yeah, and to piggyback off
They
of
never
that,
even explain that.
well, no, because and to piggyback off of that, because people they were going into hospitals for other stuff, and then realizing that they had COVID, and then through contact tracing, then pretty much their whole family came in. So now instead of taking one bed, you're taking 6.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, I think, and like you know, God bless Dr. Fauci. He did the best that he could and what he thought was right. Right.
Mhm.
You know. Oh, I just don't think it was properly communicated. It
Yeah.
direct purposes of these things. And like as much as we want everybody to know what COVID is going to do to you if you get it, and like what happens in these processes and whatnot, whether you're asymptomatic or symptomatic,
Mhm.
like I don't think we really communicated why the preventative measures are what they are. Like when I brought up the coughing distance thing, I don't think anybody even knew that was a thing. Like when I
Yeah.
was telling people about the mask thing, I don't think anybody knew that it was for general cases and not just COVID.
I
Like
think so, but the problem is kind of what Shar said because it inconvenienced someone else, and so what happens? And I know this firsthand off of other stuff because I have a very very impressionable 11-year-old, and his dad, anything he doesn't want to agree with, he'll poke a hole in everything, and so people are like, oh, this is inconvenient for me, so this 6 feet thing doesn't make sense. It's a lie, and I think that picks up some steam, and people don't. And this is everything. So and this is everything. So Smooth knows about this, and you might know about this too, Lee. People remember the first response or the first rebuttal, and they don't care about anything after the fact because the same thing happened. And I'll put it like in easy terms: Microsoft Xbox One. When it first came out, they were doing this thing. They're saying, "Hey, you always have to be online to play a game. You can't borrow games. You can't play used games." And that, so from the very beginning, and that was their idea. And like you said, 1, they didn't explain it very well at all. 2, it got taken out of hand. So by the time they fixed that, there's a lot of people who didn't buy an Xbox One because of that, and they still haven't recovered from that too. And I think that's the same thing with with COVID, with everything happening, because people they had to do things that they didn't want to do, or they didn't see right, or they went and poked a hole in it, and then they're like, oh hey, so then people, so even though it's been fixed and it's been explained, like the coughing distance, because I know the coughing distance was explained, but people were like, oh, it doesn't matter because the cough goes and blah,
so
blah.
wait, I want to add something.
Mhm.
I like us all not to forget that when COVID broke out, we had a dumbass president who was on TV telling people it wasn't a big deal. Do what you want. You can wear a mask if you want to. You don't have to. Like, he was feeding into these dumb Americans, and I'm not saying all of us, but the majority of people that voted for him. He was speaking to a specific audience, and they took it very far. So by the time we got a new administration, we have been in this for a year, and they're like, what do you mean you're going to change stuff, or you're going to make laws, and you're going to have us, like, they were already used to his. Like let's not forget.
About just him, because I will say this, on the West Coast, and Smooth can attest to this, compared to and I've been to places because I've been traveling.
Mhm.
So my big thing was finding out how each state handled it.
Yeah, because Trump refused to have a countrywide shutdown.
No.
So when China found out about this, they shut down the entire country of China. Right? It wasn't in this part of China we're gonna remain open, in this part of China we're gonna close.
But that's because China's, and that's the thing, and this is, I say this a lot of times too, and it's funny, and I laugh about it too, and sometimes people they don't take me seriously because I'm like, sometimes communism works.
Yeah,
I agree.
No. So the main thing is that they were able to afford to do that. The thing is, we cannot, and I think that's the main thing. So even with the
shutdown, we may not have been able to. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but we may not have afforded to shut down as long as they did. But I'm sure we could have done like a week or something like that, and then it wouldn't be as bad as it is now.
Yeah, no, because there's different countries there's different states that did it.
Yeah, different states. What I'm saying, I feel like the entire country should have just been shut down for maybe a week.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying certain states can't do that because certain states they just can't. And that's why me traveling in different places, and I saw it because like this past one, I spent a lot of time in Erie, Pennsylvania. So Erie, Pennsylvania is like the poorest zip code in the U.S. And they cannot afford to shut. I was out there, and they cannot afford to shut down for a week or 2 weeks. The thing is,
I get what you're saying, but it also comes down to whether you can afford it or not. Like, I don't think we would be this bad into COVID right now and wouldn't have this many deaths if there was some type of way for us to shut down the entire country, because many other countries were doing it. So
yeah, but in other countries, they're worse, or they're like in the same, they're in the same issue, that's still now. So I think there wasn't a right or a wrong way to do it. I think each thing's in. I think kind of what Lee said, it came down to communication too, and kind of what you said. We had a president who kind of ignored it, downplayed it, and then and my thing was, do I think that, and Lee knows about this, so does Smooth. Sometimes we kind of like sometimes we overcorrect on things, and I think with that's kind of what happened. Where we kind of just overcorrected on everything, and so we didn't have someone to say, "Hey, explain everything," and have one source. And I think because the fact that what Lee said, people think different things about the sneezing, the distances, the mask, everything else, that there wasn't one clear voice, and that came with that communication. That was just.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And I think even if we did everything exactly the same and had better communication, we would be better. So people would be more united with it. But and that's what I mean by, because people they're riding in Florida and Texas and everything. The reason why people were riding in Florida is because Florida they're dependent on tourists. And that's and you can say that's like the main reason why Disney World opened right away comparatively and Disneyland didn't.
Okay. All right. So, Kev, what do you think about that?
I think Shar and Frankie are fucking stupid, bro. I don't know what they're talking about. They're some goddamn idiots. And I don't know, Lee, you didn't say anything, but you're stupid too. And Smooth, fuck you for not letting me in the room. Hold on, where's my camera? There we go. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking, actually. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Shar and Frankie, I don't know what y'all were talking about. I just came in, I heard y'all talking, so I picked on y'all. Anyway, I love y'all, man. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Well, hello to you too.
Well,
sure, I love you. Please, baby, come on. Look, wait, hold on, wait. Let me make sure I do this right.
The goat.
I appreciate that.
Wait, is that even a heart that I'm making? What is that? That's like something fucked up. That's not. Hold on, I gotta get my hand right.
Is that a pig?
Right, whatever. I don't know what that is. That's like a heart that has like some fucking I don't know, some abnormal heartbeats or some shit, whatever I made. Like, I know you're gonna die at a young age with that shit, whatever I did. Hey, how are y'all doing, man?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Talking
I
about
came in
COVID.
explosive, man. Talking about COVID. Oh my God, I just talked about COVID with some other people the other day. People were talking about vaccine mandates and all this and that. There was this dude on Twitch that I was on a panel with. His name was Redneck, and he was making this argument. He's like, I don't know, he has a decent audience or something. He, I guess, maybe, I don't know. He made an argument that was like, we need to talk about naturalization versus trying to do something. So he was like, when COVID hit the United States of America, there's a certain time window. And it's like, there was, because of that time window when people got infected, what could the government have done to protect you? And I was like, what kind of fucking stupid argument is that? Because he was trying to argue against us shutting down and getting vaccine mandates by trying to say that there was a natural window when COVID first happened that the government could do nothing to protect us. And it was like, so that means that we shouldn't try to do anything as soon as we find out? What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
That's funny you said that, because that's the opposite of everything we just said.
Yeah, I know. He was fucking retarded, man. I mean, I don't want to say that, but like,
that's like, yo, the living room is on fire. I guess we can't save the rest of the house.
The living room is already on fire.
Oh, the whole house gotta go. The whole house gotta burn down now.
Because the house is already on fire, we shouldn't call the fire department.
Yep, fuck it, we got to move on.
Seems legit. Seems legit.
Yep, and there you have it, folks. This is a great way to end it right here.
There was nothing we could have done to prevent the fire, so therefore we should not call the fire department. You fucking moron.
I think this is the perfect way to end this episode right here.
Oh, this is the end? Bro, nigga, I've been dealing with shit, man. I've been doing everything. I've been around everywhere, nigga. I done traveled. Listen, bro, I've been out of town for a minute. I went to Dallas, bro. I was in Dallas
out of
for
town
over
too.
a week. I was in Dallas for over a week, man. On New Year's, I went to Lights All Night. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but this shit was awesome. Anyway, it was like 20,000 people. I'm not vaccinated, and I did not catch COVID. But what was funny is, now this is finna sound anti-vax, but a lot of people I know that were already vaccinated caught COVID, and they were sick, and I was hanging around them. So maybe I'm asymptomatic, you know? And this is what one of the conversations came down to. People were talking about asymptomatic individuals with COVID. And the guy was trying to make this argument that because there was nothing the government could do to protect us, what does the vaccine and all this do? And he made some kind of mention to asymptomatic individuals or some shit. I don't know where he was going with it. I thought he was dumb. But at the same time, I had to like bring out some facts. Like, if we're talking about COVID, okay, the primary forms of transmission is through water droplets that contain the virus. Now, if you've taken biology, you know that coughing, sneezing, which are symptoms of being infected, are also primary forms of transmitting. Okay? So the whole narrative that some people have, not even talking about that guy I was talking about anymore, but just kind of segueing, the narrative that some people have that asymptomatic people are spreading COVID, it is true to an extent because they can spread COVID. But if you take in biology, if the primary forms are coughing, sneezing, and bodily fluids, asymptomatic individuals don't have that. So for you to actually infect yourself, I guess to be infected with COVID by them, not only is it a least likely chance, but you would have to be like near them. Like you would have to be damn near fucking near an asymptomatic individual that was like, they yelling, they spitting, they fucking breath all over there, or they might fucking make out with you and kiss you or some shit, and then you get it. But asymptomatic individuals aren't sneezing and coughing, so they're not spreading it as much. So, like, looking at some of these friends that were already vaccinated, and
asymptomatic people can cough and sneeze, though.
Asymptomatic people. Do you know what asymptomatic means? No. They can't. No, hold on. I'm not saying they can't cough nor sneeze if they have a viral load. And let's say you got an asymptomatic person like me who has very bad allergies. If I fucking sneeze and I have a viral load, then yeah, you probably would get it. But what I'm saying is from COVID itself, the goddamn infection, if I'm not coughing and sneezing the entire time like somebody who has symptoms, I'm actually least likely to spread it than they are, even if they are vaccinated. Because here's the problem. People want to talk about shit like viral load and stuff and saying that it's lower when you're fucking vaccinated. These people got vaccinated and they had symptoms. They were sneezing and coughing. It doesn't matter what your viral load necessarily is. You're fucking still spreading it. When you sneeze, you're spitting fucking bacteria, germs, virus, and shit out over 100 miles an hour. That shit, you can sneeze and that shit goes across the room. You see what I'm saying? People are breathing in that air. Again, I don't know what I just walked into. I just came here on some energy.
I mean, you came in here
hot. Lots of energy. Like
yeah, this is what happens when you listen. This is what happens when you get on Twitch and you debate with these fucking idiots, dude. This is what happens because I've been debating. I ain't even uploaded shit in my own Twitch channel. I'm just over there talking to other people who have open panels, and these motherfuckers sound dumb. Yeah. Oh, but because there's a certain window of when people got infected, that means we shouldn't have done anything.
Stupid. Like,
I love that you make the guy sound like he has like one of them holes in his throat, and he was
he was an older guy. His name was Redneck, like REDNEQ, Redneck.
I mean, what kind of information did you expect to get from somebody?
The problem was here's the problem, Lee. The problem was he was actually smart, but his arguments were dumb. So when you get seriously, when you get people who are actually smart, most of the time they can make arguments that does convince other people. But when you get people who research the shit more than them, you get to the nitty gritty, and you be like, "Oh, this motherfucker's dumb." Like, what kind of argument are you trying to make by saying that, because the government couldn't protect the initial people from getting infected, we should not have released vaccines. We should not have told people to wear masks. The reason we tell people that is because not everybody is infected. We just found out the initial people are infected, and we're trying to prevent the spread. So we say, hey, we got to get this vaccine out. We got to wear these masks. What?
You are literally a mad scientist right now.
I don't understand what the fuck these people be talking about, because like what it comes down to, Shar, I'm gonna be real with you. It comes down to they may disbelieve of the mandate. Here's the thing. Their problem is the mandate.
There's an echo.
Okay, even though their problem is the mandate, they will sit here and frame their argument as if they're against the vaccine entirely, because they will go from, oh, it shouldn't be mandated, into, oh, well, the reason it shouldn't be mandated is because it came out too quick and we don't really know the science, which is like, okay, sure, you can have a legitimate argument there, but that's still not an argument as to why we shouldn't try to reduce the spread.
There's a CDC reason for that too, though. Like,
but I don't think people know what a mandate is either.
Yeah, I mean that too. And this is what the conversation came into for COVID.
That's the point, because like in a normal situation, like say like COVID was way less lethal than it was, right? In a normal situation, whenever they create vaccines for shit, they will wait like 2 to 3 years before they officially are released something.
Yeah. But, I mean, I do understand that. I do.
Yes, but like, so there's literal like CDC situations for that. So like it was released in emergency issue, and it was said that the only people who really should be wanting to get it is people with immune deficiencies.
Yeah.
And that is what happened. And they were trying to convince anybody else because they also needed numbers for testing, you know. And that's why
they have to collect data, right?
Exactly. And for me, like, you know, like a lot of people were like, I would like, so it would look kind of backwards the way I would speak about it back then, because like I would speak about it, but then I wouldn't want to get the vaccine because I want more numbers, I want more data, I want more information.
And you know what? I would never fucking blame you for that, because I'm also unvaccinated, bro. But I just thought, literally. But I'm unvaccinated and I've never been sick.
Yeah.
Throughout my entire life, I haven't really gotten sick like that. That's not really an excuse to not getting vaccinated from COVID, but I've hung around people who have caught in COVID. Like when I went to Dallas, bro, and I had that, on New Year's, we had about 20 people, and like 15 out of the 20 caught COVID, and the other 5 just didn't. I was like, holy shit, y'all feeling like that? Nigga, I feel 100% fine. I'm waking up early in the morning. I'm moving around. I'm doing all that. So I was like, maybe I may be one of those asymptomatic people. Because how the fucking 15 people catch it, and then I'm hanging around them in close proximities, sleeping in the same Airbnb with them for 5 days, and I don't have any problem.
Well, people do that because I live with someone with COVID and I didn't get it. But back to what Lee was saying.
Yeah, I like it's.
Well, also I just want to say one thing: the vaccine does
Yeah.
the vaccine does not stop you from getting COVID. It's just supposed to make your symptoms less severe. A lot of people are misinformed, and they think when they get the vaccine they're covered.
Yeah,
from
they're misinformed on
not
what a
only that,
vaccine
though, Shar.
actually is and what it actually does.
Not only that, Shar, though,
It's
the argument is, even
it's
though
to
I'm
build your immune system. Like that's what vaccines are. They're never a cure. They're just they put a little bit of COVID inside your body so your immune system can fight it off and figure out kind of like a battle tactic. That's what's going on with vaccines.
It trains your immune system. It specifically, it kind of trains your T cells to recognizing the virus as soon as you get it. And yes, it does not prevent you from getting it, but it does reduce the chance you will have symptoms from it. And it does reduce the chance that you would transmit it. But the funny thing to me that a lot of people make, because they try to say asymptomatic unvaccinated people are the problem. And see, this is the thing. This is kind of the opposite, I guess, what Redneck was saying. Redneck was trying to say we shouldn't have done anything anyway. But then on the left, you get the conversation that asymptomatic unvaccinated people are spreading it the most. But it's also like when these people do take the vaccine and it reduces their symptoms, the thing that reduces the transmission is reducing their symptoms and their viral load. I don't know how much of a viral load that asymptomatic people have, but I do understand from taking fucking high school and college biology that sneezing, coughing is the primary form of transmission between diseases that are transmitted between water droplets and shit like that.
I want to go back to Lee's story, what he was saying, but before he was cut off 3 times.
Sorry, I didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
No, you cut him off like 3 times.
I didn't
he was
know.
saying because you're trying to say because I'm not vaccinated and I didn't get it, and he was trying to say before
I said that
he
one
wasn't
fucking
vaccinated
time, bro.
when he was
Come
talking
on, man.
about
Don't
it.
do that to me, Alan. Don't do that to me, Alan. I said that one time, man.
Okay.
And it was just to explain the situation.
Yeah, but
context.
you cut off his story.
Sorry, Lee.
Right. Okay.
Wait, Smooth. Can we let Lee finish, man?
No, I am gonna let him finish.
Okay. I just came in here wild. My bad, y'all.
Change his name to the mad scientist, Kev.
Hey, but you can't say I don't have kind of a point. You may say that, it ain't 100%
okay.
a point.
Okay. Lee, do you have anything you want to add right now?
Yeah. I guess I'll finish my story. There wasn't too much more to add, but what I was saying is there are many situations like whenever COVID first started while we were deployed, right? It's where I was explaining to people why my reasons for not getting the COVID vaccine to begin with, because I wanted more numbers, more information before I got it. I got it when it was mandated in the States, which I'm okay with because the military was never going to mandate it until the CDC had officially released it, which is what happened. And Pfizer was released with it. Moderna was eventually released with it, and then Johnson was officially released with it. And now they're looking over it for boosters, and they're going to eventually release the boosters. And as soon as they are, I will get my booster as well. What has happened though is people would question me, rightfully so. You should always do your own research, and that goes for anything. And when it comes to money, medicine, and our life choices, you should always do your own research. Rich.
Mhm.
And like, but like everything I was saying, you could look up yourself. You know, there are all kinds of COVID
All right,
forms.
so here's the thing, Lee. This is
So
where I got to interject
Hey,
because it's gonna
wait,
wait,
sound
wait,
like
wait, wait, wait. Hold on,
wait. Were you done, Lee?
Yeah, I was done.
hold on,
okay.
hold
I
on.
mean, that's why I wanted to
So
interject with him. Go ahead.
what? But hold on. Like so, this anyway. So all I wanted to say was, this has been like a really long episode, and I am enjoying the
Man,
conversation.
nigga, keep that shit going longer. I just hopped in
Nah,
here,
man.
man.
I
Bro,
really want to
listen
get to
here,
the
nigga.
other.
You are
I
streaming
really want
on
to get to
Twitch.
the other
If you
stuff.
really want to, you want
I
to.
want to
Oh,
get
we
to the
got
other
other
stuff.
topics.
Yes, we have other
Oh, okay,
stuff,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, we got other stuff. So, all right.
Just to
So,
let you know, since you've been streaming on Twitch, bro. I don't know if you've seen. I've been on some shit, man. I could put you on maybe because, like, bro, I'm gonna keep you real smooth. Come in the
bro,
Discord.
we're still. This is still the pod, bro. Like, this is an
Yeah.
actual episode. This
No,
has
but
to
what
go
I'm.
up on Spotify and stuff. Like, yeah, we
Oh
can talk about that
yeah.
though.
Okay, I forgot
We can
about that. I
we can
forgot
have
about
this.
that. I'm gonna keep it real with you though, Smooth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Spotify, YouTube ain't the motherfucking way. It's not. It's not.
All
Man.
right,
Ain't
guys,
gonna
this is the
lie.
Home Loop
Okay.
podcast.
Stop.
Thanks for
Stop.
joining us, Lee.
Please.
Thanks for your
This
information.
is giving me
Charles, always a
Saturday.
pleasure
Hey,
seeing
do
you.
not let
Vito,
Frankie
Kev,
hijack
thanks for
this.
joining up late.
No,
Yes,
That
yes,
no.
Filter
please.
in the
People
corner.
love
I'm
the
Frankie,
Bruh.
and we
drama.
out.
People
All
love the
right.
drama, and